What is karma? And where does it exist? Is karma stored somewhere in the body or mind? In the dialogue between King Milinda and Venerable Nāgasena, this question was answered profoundly. Let's explore it together. Once, King Milinda asked Venerable Nāgasena, "Venerable Sir, can you show me where Kamma is stored?" Venerable Nāgasena replied, "It is impossible to pinpoint exactly where Kamma is stored. However, Kamma is dependent on the stream of existence, bhavanga, on both matter and mind. When the stream of existence encounters favorable conditions, Kamma will bear fruit. Although we cannot say precisely where Kamma is accumulated, when the right conditions arise, the effects of good Kamma will manifest. This means that even when an intentional action ceases, it leaves behind a potential within the stream of existence, bhavanga, of a being. And when conditions allow, that being will experience its results." Venerable Nāgasena gave an analogy of a mango tree. We cannot say exactly where the mango fruit is contained within the tree, whether in the roots, the trunk, or the branches, but when the season arrives, with enough moisture and the right weather conditions, the fruit will form and ripen. Similarly, although we cannot specify where Kamma is stored, when the necessary conditions come together, its results will inevitably appear. Some philosophies propose that human life is governed by fate or predestination, forces imposed upon beings by some mysterious power, divine entity, or supreme deity. However, Kamma is not the same as fate or predestination in that sense. Whenever we experience suffering or attain success, we often say, "This is the result of my Kamma," or simply, "This is my Kamma." However, if we define Kamma as an external fate imposed upon us by some supernatural force, then what we are referring to is not Kamma at all. Kamma consists of the intentional actions we have performed in the past, and we experience the consequences of these actions accordingly. However, the results of past Kamma may manifest in the present or in the future. The result of Kamma is the natural consequence of the actions we have performed. The good or bad effects of Kamma are not determined by divine beings, gods, or supreme deities. The results of Kamma are neither rewards nor punishments given by supernatural forces. The good outcomes we experience are not rewards from gods or celestial beings. The bad outcomes we experience are not punishments from divine entities. Instead, what we experience is simply the result of our own past actions. The consequences of Kamma belong to us. They are the natural outcomes of our intentional deeds. Thus, Kamma is not an externally imposed fate or destiny but rather something we personally own. The good or bad results we receive are shaped by our own past actions. In summary, the results of Kamma are not created by any external force but are simply the natural consequences of the Kamma we have generated. Is Kamma a fatalistic doctrine? Some people mistakenly believe that accepting Kamma is equivalent to adopting a fatalistic worldview, where one passively accepts everything that happens and is unable to change their circumstances. This is a misconception. Kamma is not fatalism. By generating wholesome Kamma, we can experience positive results even within this very lifetime. Therefore, Kamma is not a doctrine of passivity or resignation. It does not teach that we must simply accept our fate without seeking improvement. While we acknowledge that our present circumstances are shaped by past Kamma, we also understand that we have the ability to improve our lives by creating new wholesome Kamma. Thus, Kamma is not a doctrine of defeatism, as some mistakenly believe. Instead, it empowers us to take responsibility for our actions and shape our future through conscious, intentional effort.